Super amazing second graders. This week we are going to be working with vowel teams. So remember the rule. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. This week we are going to learn more about the EE vowel team. So let's think about some words that have EE, such as keep, feet, sleep, jeep, weep, beep, seed, sheep, deep, greet. Notice that all of these words are saying the long E sound.
Hello, boys and girls. Now I'm going to read you the story of EE, the vowel team. When two Mr. E's go out walking, the first Mr. E does the talking. He just says his name, E, but his brother won't do the same. He's too busy looking out for robots. Gosh, those robots must be everywhere. Mr. E and his brother are out for a quick walk. It's freezing cold, so they need to keep their feet moving. Behind them, a man is trying to sweep up the sleet and snow. But it is just too deep, and the breeze makes it difficult for him to see. It's so icy, the Queen is exceeding the speed limit, coming down the slippery, steep street in her Jeep. She likes to come for coffee meetings here once a week. She's also often seen in the shops, sampling fine cheeses and buying sweets. She loves toffee, but she's never greedy, and afterwards she always brushes her teeth. The geese look happy feeding on seeds. They don't seem to mind having freezing feet. Can you see some of those items from the story that have the E sound?
Today, your job is you are going to select 3 of the words from the EE word jar and create 3 sentences about the job of a construction worker. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and pause your video and pick out 3 words that can best describe or relate to the job of a construction worker. So think about the word tree, or think about the word street, or think about the word freeze. Also, this week we are going to learn more about community workers who provide services to the community. Today we are going to learn about what is the role of a construction worker. Why are they important to the community?
Hi, I'm Samantha. If I could be anything, I'd be a construction worker. Imagine powerful. Imagine powerful. Imagine magical. Can you imagine that? Hi, I'm Samantha. If I could be anything, I'd be a construction worker. I build big, tall buildings and houses for people all over the city. If I were a builder, I'd wear a hard hat, a tool belt, boots, gloves, and a shiny reflective vest. Keeping safe on the construction site is very important. Time to get building. I'd use my measuring tape to measure how big to make the walls of my building. 1 meter, 2 meters, and a half. I'd build my walls this high. construction worker, I would learn how to use all kinds of different tools. Bang, bang, bang! Bang, bang, bang! I would use a hammer to make the wood frames for the walls of my building. Or I would use a drill. It would make my work easier and faster. And screws will hold things together better. But sometimes I need to use glue too. That would make my walls super strong. As a construction worker, I'd use different kinds of materials to build with. I could use wood for framing walls, like in your room. Or I could use really strong steel beams that frame a really tall building. The frame is what holds up the building, just like how your bones hold you up. There are a lot of different jobs that need to be done on a construction site. My builder friends and I would work as a super team. That's Henry the dump truck. Henry is a great driver and loves getting dirty. He takes a load of dirt back and forth. And there's Wendy. Wendy is a tall crane that lifts things really high up. She isn't afraid of heights, so she could put in all our windows 100 floors up. Beep, 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 beep. But my most favorite thing to do as a construction worker would be to use the excavator. I would dig super deep holes with the excavator's long shovel. It digs big holes where buildings will go, and it digs holes for swimming pools. I would dig so deep that I would find a treasure chest. I would use the treasure we found to help build a whole new city. I would call it Samanthaopolis. Samanthaopolis. It's a place where you want to live. Samanthaopolis. My new city would have 200 buildings with shiny palace towers for all of my dolls. And every building would have a swimming pool. I love swimming pools. I would build a great city where everyone will love to live and play. And boogie down.
Can you imagine being anything you want to be? Can you imagine there's a world full of fantasy? And if you think about it long, it becomes so real. Did you know that you can do anything you want to do? Imagine this or that, think of something new, and you can always change a thing or two. Anything you want is really up to you. Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Can you imagine that?
I'm Samantha, and I'm a construction worker. Imagine that.
Your job today is to create 3 sentences about the job of a construction worker using words with EE. After you have created your 3 sentences about the job of a construction worker, I want you to think about what would you build if you were a construction worker. Have fun!